my learning pathway. So I started with Google's white paper, and they have a course of introduction to agents and Google ecosystems. So I just started with the introduction of agents. So it's just a theoretical. I didn't did any hands-on as of now. So I took some notes. So it's very basic about what agents are, like defining agents, what is not an agent, what is an LLM, uh, kind of very basic level of understanding. So is it something new I learned? 50-50. So I was aware what agent does this and what is a non-agent is. So with that additional examples, excuse me, with some additional examples, I just got to know and understand the agents in concept, right? So at a high level, I understood what agent can perform and when to use and where to use an agent and when not to use an agent in daily life. So it gave an example, and it was helpful. Yeah, to the next step, it was helpful. So I started. It's February 16th, and I started the course around 8:30 a.m. Now the time is exactly, if you say it is 9:35. Okay, end of closing it because I have to get ready for my job. So what did I take? I took some notes here. If you see, I took some notes, small notes that I took for my understanding, so that once I come in the evening, I'll just try to refresh with this agent, with this notes, and I'll try to start the next steps, the next learning there. So the course starts with introduction, then it goes on to help you in building the agents. So that's why I took it. So I not only I don't just stop here, but this is just a start. So the end goal is like by 100 days, so starting today, I'll try to build some agents, working agents and commercial one, not just for my personal use, but the commercial one. So that is a goal. So I'm just logging. If it helps you, great. So maybe today evening I'll be back from my work and mm, I'll start from where I left. To just give a brief about what I learned is like, it just explains what agent is. So agent is a software system and which can work autonomously on a specific task defined by the user using an LLM. Okay, using an LLM as its base to achieve it behalf of the user. Okay, so that is what Google defines the AI agent is. So there was an agent already. Agent is just again a software system without AI or without LLM. So that was already there. Now AI is enhancing the agent performance by making doing it autonomous job. So what are the core capability of an agent is? So it is autonomous action. So it can take action on its own based on its environment and the user goal. Okay, next is reasoning. It can reason on its own. It doesn't need any user input now and then. And third is it can learn. So based on the feedback, every time it learns. So these are the core capability of an agent. So that is the first chapter about agent in Google's learning. So coming to the tools architecture. So first thing, there are four tool architecture for a agent. To define it as a agent, AI agent is model. So model nothing but an LLM. So Google provides its own Vertex AI Gemini. So that is already there. So that is a model. Second is the orchestration. So again, to orchestrate, what is the next step, there's a kind of a loop. So that is kind of orchestrating. The third is a tool. So LLM on its own doesn't uh, doesn't have the knowledge to serve you. So for that it needs a external environment connectivity. So that connectivity is achieved using tools. So tools are like your database or a real-time API or any documents, for that matter, a real-time document, not a old document or legacy document. So this will help the LLM to achieve its goal. So as I mentioned, model is one, orchestration is one, and the tool. The last four one is the runtime, so obviously server, right? So for this, Google provides for the orchestration purpose, it has ADK. It's called Agent Development Kit. And for the runtime, it has its own compute engines, like Agent Engine is present. And there's a cloud engines also present in that. So these are the technical architecture of an agent. Don't confuse with that with the core capability. So that is one thing. And the last thing is, so like, what are the stages of how the LLM has evolved? The first was LLM, so that we normally use in 2020. We started with ChatGPT, where we just give a query and it just answers. If you ask for what is the temperature out in Bangalore, it doesn't know because there's no any weather API that is connected to it. So that is first stage. It's just an LLM, just a chat model. The second stage of agentic flow was, it has a functional calling. So now it has a functional calling where it can enter the weather API to get the temperature out. Let's say I ask a question like, can I wear a sweater now? Now it has a weather API, it doesn't have any location API. It'll ask for next question. So where do you live? The next question is Bangalore. So it'll say the temperature is so and so, like 30 degree, and it'll suggest okay, you can wear a thing. So the next, that is a LLM with the, that is the second stage of agent. The third stage is a final one that we call as agent, where you just say should I wear a weather jacket? No, should I wear the leather jacket? It says okay that the location that you're staying is in Bangalore, and the temperature is so and so at the morning, and the evening is, and it'll check for your calendar whether you're going out or staying at home. So it'll check all these things and comes to a conclusion and gives you back. So that is what agent does. So that is how it evolved. So starting from chat model till the autonomous engine, it has evolved. So that is the next chapter in the learning step. So what are capability of AI agent? So it should be a goal directed by the user. It should take autonomous, and it should be proactive. So it shouldn't be asking questions to the user now and then. It should understand the end goal, and it should build its own micro plan. It should plan and have its own micro goals, and it should interact with the tools, and it should be aware of the environment. So these are the core capability of a AI agent. To achieve this capability, and it says there are three components to achieve it. Again, it's a model, tool, orchestration, runtime is there. So that's about the agent. And coming to orchestration, what this orchestration means is, it's again a step. It's basically a loop. So what orchestration define is like, it perceives, like when I say I want to travel Paris, okay, it'll try to perceive, okay, the user wants to try travel Paris. So which Paris? It's a Paris in the France, or a Paris in the Texas. So this is an example quoted by the Google part. So it has ambiguity now. So it has a think. Okay, it questioned itself. It didn't ask the user. It questioned itself. That two things. So it has thought. Now it has to act. So it will ask a question. So it's ambiguity. So orchestration knows that it has to be asked and get it clarified. It'll ask which Texas. So now once the user inputs is a Texas, sorry, it's a Paris, France. Now it has a clarity. Now again goes, it perceives, okay, now it's Paris, France, and it'll check for the calendar API and your availability, everything. So it checks, okay, the Monday to Friday you're free, good. And then it acts, okay, now I have to look for availability of uh, the flights. So it will search for all the available flights for Paris, France, and it will list. So now the chain is like, it perceives, thinks, acts. So act is done by the tools connectivity. So this thinking and everything is happening in the LLM. The orchestration goes on and on till it reaches the end goal. So there's one example which really explains this one. Let me see if it is available. Yeah, I think that is available. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Let me switch. So it clearly, so iteration. So this is the example that I was quoting to you. So it is asking for clarifying questions. So it asks to clarify it. This loop is what the orchestration, it perceives things, act, and check. So it goes on. So you can also go through this example. a free one, it's not a paid learning. So that's about the day one. So maybe I'll try to refresh it once I'm back from work and try to continue learning. So that's end of day one. There's no hands-on, just a theory part. So once I start building, maybe I'll share my screen and start the hands-on part. Thank you.